Anytime to view post restream. I'm going to do that. I don't know if it is. Miss Capper, can you check and make sure that I'm live?
No, sure.
What's going on, guys? I'm on Instagram. Should be on Facebook.
YouTube, they just gave me a notification.
Boom. All right. Yeah, we're live, guys. So today I'm talking about, what's the title over there? I'm doing this for the first time, so.
This is called Fist Pump for Trump.
It's not.
Oh, I thought you were asking me.
What did it say?
It said, I thought you were
Bear with me.
I thought you were asking me to make up a title.
No.
Oh.
Miss Capper, man. Trying. We'll get started here in a second. We are going to talk about who I'm voting for and why.
Who I'm voting for and why.
Who I'm voting for and why. And I'm going to talk about the election. That's what we're talking about. Tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow we're getting up early. And we're gonna vote. Yeah, we're gonna vote, right? So there we go. Yeah. All right, here we go. I don't have any comments here. I want to see why I'm not getting the comment link, but we'll have to figure that out. All right, so let's just get into it. So first, to make it a little funny, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play my thing here, and then we'll kind of come back and talk about it. But I saw this and I just thought it was super funny, and so here we go.
Deep down, I don't think anyone's really Democrat or Republican. You know, it's like, are you
Dr.
really
Yanni.
liberal people, or are you just under 35? Really? Never owned your own business. So
Right?
once you open that gluten-free muffin shop or whatever it is, you're like, these taxes are a little high to support this niche market that's buying my cupcakes. And if that doesn't switch you conservative, let's be honest, every liberal is just one bad mugging away from switching to conservative. You're walking around, you're like, I'm with her, Bernie. And 3 kids jump you, beat the shit out of you, while their friends film it and put it on YouTube.
Time to build that wall.
Yeah, you wake up the next day like, you know what? Donald Trump has a lot of good ideas. You know, it's like, we gotta build a wall immediately! My favorite, libertarians are my favorite. I can't believe that they've like crawled off of college campuses and are on TV now. These fanatics. I'm a libertarian because they're all about the marketplace. No regulation. They just worship the market. Everyone's a libertarian when their company's doing good. As soon as it goes bankrupt, libertarians disappear real quick. There's no libertarian in the history of being a libertarian who's rejected a socialist bankruptcy bailout on principle.
I'm gonna earn it.
You know
I'm
what?
gonna
My
own
company
it.
failed, but I'm a libertarian.
Own it.
Trust the market, you know? I really learned a lesson on that one, so I'm gonna go sleep in a homeless shelter for next year and just figure it out. You gotta trust the marketplace. Just don't touch it. It's perfect, you know? It's all knowing. Just let the market figure it out. Your wife fucked another guy? Free market, baby. Like, better dick, right? Better dick. Unregulated. Free market dick.
Anyways, I just thought it was funny. So let's talk about the reasons why before we'll get into it.
Welcome.
All right. So the reasons why that I'm obviously, you guys probably know, I'm a business owner. I'm a veteran. So it's probably pretty clear that I'm going to vote for President Trump, right? But I want to give you, and I'm not going to go into a million different reasons why. I'm going to give you my reasons and my reasons only, and my experiences. And I believe that you should vote for a person that represents your interest and represents the things that you care about in your life. All right. And I think that's what's beautiful about our about our country, is that you have a choice to vote for the candidate that you choose to best represent you. For me in my life, President Trump has and currently represents the things that I believe in. And my choice doesn't represent, anybody that I'm friends with. It doesn't. It's Nick Koumalatsos, my choice and my own reasons for what I feel is best for the America that I have envisioned, and for my lifestyle and what I like. I like freedom. I believe in freedom, and I'm not a socialist. So, do I think both parties have their faults? Absolutely. I do believe both parties have their faults, but I have to go with the candidate that best align with what is in my best interest and my family's best interest, and what I think the best interest for America is. Whatever. So the first thing being is I want to talk about war. I want to talk about when we've been at war. I was in when I joined when Clinton very early on. He was out, but I joined when Clinton, obviously during the Bush administration, and then the Obama administration. I got my notes right here, so I'm not going to miss anything. During the Obama administration, and then also not the Trump administration, but Bush versus Obama. Now, I'm not going to talk about like should we have been at war, or should we have done X, Y, and Z, or that's not what I'm talking about. I'm going to talk about American lives being in country and being at war in multiple theaters. So let's set aside whether it was right or wrong to be in whatever theater. All right, that's not the discussion. The discussion is, how was the commander-in-chief treating his military during that time? Now, during the Bush administration, from my perspective, and I have a lot of gripes of how things were handled, but during the Bush administration, the escalation of force was set into place to protect. I feel like it was set in place to protect the service member. Now, as we got closer to the Obama administration, it was not so much. But as a whole, Bush and Cheney backed their military, and they backed their service members. And I know this personally for a fact. There were some incidences that happened overseas that we were under investigation for, and we got POTUS backed us, called it for what it is, called for what the enemy was doing and not allowing them to manipulate us, and then had our back, and everything got cleared, and we moved on with our lives, and which was a good thing. Now, during the Obama administration, things got tightened a lot. They tightened the escalation of force. They really took military service members and tied their one arm behind they said, do the job, go accomplish the mission, but do it this way, which is a problem. Like, that's not the way war works. Like, you don't get to play by these certain, specific amount of rules when you're dealing with an enemy that doesn't have those. And I'm not saying doing things immoral or unethical, but you can't tie, things like you're not allowed to drop bombs, or you can only shoot if you're being shot at. I mean, this is just asinine, and this is a war that we're fighting. This is, people that are trying to kill us. And it was just very, very difficult. And then the way that they ran the State Department at the end of Obama's term was dangerous, and it got a lot of people killed. They were very big in taking an asymmetrical war and using conventional tactics to fight that war, and it didn't work. And then, so that was Obama, and I didn't agree with it, and it got it got raiders and Recon, it got a lot of people killed. But it actually, I know of people that got killed because of the State Department's actions or inactions, or not taking things seriously. So, and then you move on to Trump. And what did Trump do? What did the president do? He removed the conventional forces. He listened to people that said it was an asymmetrical war, And he sent, and I know this on firsthand, that he sent in, special operations to handle an asymmetrical fight. And look what happened. Things got handled, and America no longer hears about things anymore because they got handled, and 19-year-old kids weren't trying to walk down streets that were on IEDs for presence patrols and nonsense. And I don't want to upset those guys that were infantry Marines or 11 Bravos that did that fight. Those are the toughest individuals that we have in America, hands down. You want to talk about a Marine infantryman or 11 Bravo? Those guys can do with nothing and go just destroy the enemy with little to nothing. But that doesn't mean they deserve to go do presence patrols or knock and talks with no clear mission and walk down roads and get blown up. That's wrong. 100% wrong. It's not what they're fought. That's not what they're designed for. And nor should they ever be put in that position to where they go lose their life or limb. And then they're now as a family, or they're missing a brother, a son, a father, whatever. Anyways, that's war. So what happened was we had a president that looked at the situation, or got advisors to look at the situation and go, this is not the fight for a conventional force. We're not fighting conventional force. So why do we have a bunch of conventional forces in it? Let's pull them out, send them back home, put them where they need to be. And I understand some young guys are like, no, I want to get in the fight. I understand that. There will always be a fight to had, but that wasn't a conventional force fight. That needs to be a special operations fight. And that's what it has been. Anyways, so that's my whole point on the war. That's one of the reasons why that I support him as a president, is because of that. Now, moving on to the veteran. Being a veteran so I wasn't a veteran under Bush, but I was a veteran under Obama, and it was horrible, absolutely horrible. The VA, and any veteran that follows me knows, and they know from their own personal experience, the VA it was mismanaged. They didn't give a shit, to be honest. Let's be real. They did not care. And they were, yeah, exactly. They're just handing out drugs like candy. In my book, right there, I call it the VA starter pack. If you wanted treatment for your headaches, for TBI, you wanted chiropractic, you wanted anything outside of a pill, a tramadol pill, an upper or a downer, they just weren't about it. They were like, well, here's your wake up pills, here's your go to bed pills, here's your in between day pills, here's your dream eraser pills that suppress your adrenaline, and nonetheless. So, and that's just the way it was. I tried to see a neuro for 3 or 6 years. 6 years I tried to see a neuro, and I just couldn't get through. They would try, and then it would fall out, and then they would say that they couldn't get a hold of me when I spoke to the guy, and he just lied and said, well, we never got a hold of the veteran. They completely just lied about everything all the time. And they were like, oh, well, and I said, one time I said, I just want to be super clear. Did I do anything wrong to miss this opportunity to see a neuro? I said, oh, no, absolutely. We dropped the ball and we couldn't get it done. So there we go. 900 milligrams of Motrin for everything. Well, they're handing out a lot more than that. But I wanted to see, a chiropractor. I didn't want pills. I wanted to fix the problem. I wanted to strengthen my body. I wanted to fix my joint spaces. So I wanted to see a physiatrist. I wanted to see a chiropractic care. I wanted to see a neuro. I wanted to see all these different things, and I couldn't. And it wasn't until Trump did the CARE Act and he changed things to all of a sudden have this opportunity. Is it perfect? No. But is it better? In my experience, it immediately is better. I was able to see a chiropractic. I was able to see a neuro. I was able to see a physiatrist. I think that's what it is. And it's made my life better because of what he's done and holding them accountable. It has made my life better. And so that's really it. So the VA, neuro, TBI, physical, all that kind of stuff is now my life is better because
They
of
stopped treating veterans like a number, and they started taking.
yeah they exactly they're much more under scrutiny now, and you can't really just treat veterans like a number. They have to actually care and listen to them. So anyways, so again, is the VA perfect? Absolutely not. But when I got out in 2012 compared to what it is now, since President Trump became in office and changed things, it is exponentially better for me. Okay. Again, these are my opinions. These are Nick's experiences. So that's what we're going off of. The last thing I'm going to do is talk about business and being an entrepreneur. I am not a fan of what's going on. You guys know my gym got raided. I'll take over, I'll take dangerous freedom over perceived safety or whatever it is any day of the week. I swore an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution, both foreign and domestic. I believe in the Constitution. I believe that Americans should, that Americans should have the choice to basically do as they please and live as they please. That means that for me, the only option is to vote for President Trump. So in business, I believe that people have the right to work and thrive. Now, excuse me. Taxes under the Obama administration as a starting business almost killed me. There were times that we almost didn't make it. We owed too much. We tried to write off everything that we could, but at the end of the day, it ate our profit margin. It was like at one point it was almost 50% tax bracket. We weren't even making that much back then, but they literally we could not make any profit that we had was gone with the taxes. I mean, it was ridiculous. And it wasn't until he came into office and changed that my businesses started to thrive. Now, granted, COVID this year is a different business, but at the end of the day, we're still doing better than we were back under the Obama administration for taxes. I've seen the tax plan that Biden and Harris have, and I don't know. I think they must have got it from Bernie Sanders, because I don't understand who could.
Democratic Socialist.
Yeah, the Democratic Socialist Party. Like I'm absurd that anybody in their right mind would vote that direction, especially if you're living in some of the like California, was it California, New York, Jersey, and a couple of real high end tax bracket where there's going to be 60%. What's the point? And then meanwhile, he's talking about, the welfare state and all the people that can basically do nothing. And I guess we're supposed to support. I just don't, I'm all about, if you want your life better, the onus is on you to make your life better. So that being that. So when he came in office and changed the tax plan is when our business started to thrive, because there was an actual profit margin. And even with COVID, we still have done okay. I mean, the gym, not so much. And some of our brick and mortar businesses, because of the governor here and the way that he's run things. But, I believe that regardless of what side, I mean, I know Democratic business owners, I know liberal business owners, guess what? Regardless of their opinion of COVID and all this stuff going on, they deserve to have their business open and be able to thrive, make money, and to provide for their family. Period. And I'm not gonna jump on the board saying, all taxes are bad, and regardless, I'm not gonna get it. That doesn't make sense. Like, we run a country, we have roads, there's things, like everybody pays taxes, or everybody should pay taxes. I like the idea of a flat tax, whether you make $10 million or $1,000, you can pay 10%. I like that idea. There's no write-offs. It's just flat. I don't know why that can't be a thing. I'm sure there's somebody smarter than me that could, but I have no problem. with taxes as long as it's like reasonable, But taxing businesses 60% is absurd. It's theft. It's disgusting. And regardless of all that, like, I think the backbone of America is small business. It is your mom and pop shops. It's small business out there, and it's people that are keeping this country going, employing this country. And if you do that, you're going to destroy the middle class, which is the agenda of the Democratic Socialist Party, is to destroy the middle class. So you have the super elite, and then you have a welfare state. So nonetheless, this is the reason why I'm voting for President Trump. These are my opinions. This is my life. This is what I've experienced personally. And that's pretty much it. That's it, guys. That's it. 20 minutes, 21 minutes. I nailed it. So this is the reason why tomorrow I'm going to go vote, and I'll be voting for President Trump because he aligns with my interest. And I'm not voting for the man himself. I'm voting for what he stands for, what he's doing, and what he's done as commander-in-chief, and the policies that he's put in place. And I think that America, especially after the COVID year that we've had, I think we need a president that understands, that's not a politician, that's not pandering and just talking. So I think that's what I see from the other party, is a lot of talk and no real action. And that's, again, how do you vote for a man that's been, 47 years and has done nothing but dismantled America? And I mean, like, I don't even want to get into it because I don't want to get into a debate, but I don't think he's a good human being. I mean, we can go look at the crime bill. We can go look at all the things that he said over the periods of years, whether it be racism and all this kind of stuff. I just don't think I don't think he's a good person. And his plan to make America a socialist country that's not what I signed up for. And I can never support anyone that's ever going to do that. So, Ms. Capper, before I sign off, anything else?
Just tell them that it's better to have smaller government,
Small government,
more freedom,
more freedom,
more liberty.
more liberty.
Who's going to give you the most liberty? Who's going to give you the most freedom?
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Liberty and freedom. That's why I vote for somebody who stands by the Constitution. And that's really it. So you guys know the deal. I love you all. Get out there and vote. Whoever you're voting for, your vote matters. Get out there and vote. And tomorrow's the day to make it happen for one party or the other. And you've got a choice, and that's what makes America great. That's what makes America great, is you have a choice and your vote matters. So, and I believe that. I have to believe that. And you guys know the deal. Never quit, never surrender, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
I want him everywhere, and if he's beside me, I know I need never care.